My heart started beating faster, and when the door pushed open and his blue eyes looked right at me, I took everything I had, just to say, "Here." He took the half card and said, "You know, you don't have to give us these." "I know," I said, and looked down. We stood there for a record-breaking amount of time, saying nothing. Finally, he said, "So, are you going to start riding the bus again?" I looked up at him and shrugged. "I don't know. I haven't been up there since, you know. It doesn't look so bad anymore. It's all cleared. They'll probably start on the foundation soon." It sounded perfectly awful to me. "Well," he said, "I've got to get ready for school. See you there." Then he smiled and closed the door. For some reason, I just stood there. I felt odd, out of sorts, disconnected from everything around me. Was I ever going to go back up to College Street? I had to eventually, or so my mother said. Was I just making it harder? Suddenly, the door flew open, and Bryce came hurrying out with an overfull kitchen trash can in his hands. "Julie," he said, "what are you still doing here?" He startled me too. I didn't know what I was doing there, and I was so flustered I would probably just have run home if he hadn't started struggling with the trash, trying to shove the contents down. I reached over and said, "Do you need some help?" because it looked like he was about to spill the trash. Then I saw a corner of an egg carton. This wasn't just any egg carton either. It was my egg carton, the one I just brought him. And through the little blue cardboard arcs, I could see eggs. I looked from him to the eggs and said, "What happened? Did you drop them?" "Yeah," he said quickly. "Yeah, and I'm really sorry about that." He tried to stop me, but I took the carton from the trash, saying, "All of them?" I opened the carton and gasped. 6 whole perfect eggs. "Why'd you throw them away?" He pushed past me, went around the house to the trash bin, and I followed him, waiting for an answer. He shook the garbage out and turned to face me. "Does the word salmonella mean anything to you?" "Salmonella, but my mom doesn't think it's worth the risk." I followed him back to the porch. "Are you saying she won't eat them because she's afraid of being poisoned?" "Poisoned? Why?" "Because your backyard is like covered in turds. I mean, look at your place, Julie." He pointed at our house and said, "Just look at it. It's a complete dive." "It is not," I cried. But the truth was sitting right across the street, impossible to deny. My throat suddenly choked closed, and I found it painful to speak. "Have you always thrown them away?" He shrugged and looked down. "Julie, look. We didn't want to hurt your feelings." "My feelings? Do you realize that Mrs. Stubbe and Mrs. Helms pay me for my eggs?" "You're kidding." "No, they pay me $2 a dozen." "No way, it's true. All those eggs I gave you, I could have sold to Mrs. Stubbe or Mrs. Helms." "Oh," he said, and looked away. Then he eyed me and said, "Well, why'd you just give them to us?" I was fighting back the tears, but it was hard. I choked out. I was trying to be neighborly. He put down the trash can and did something that made my brain freeze. He held me by my shoulders and looked me right in the eyes. "Mrs. Stubbe is your neighbor, isn't she? So is Mrs. Helms, right? Why be neighborly to us and not them?" What was he trying to say? Was it still so obvious how I felt about him? And if he knew, how could he be so heartless? Just throwing my eggs away like that. Week after week, year after year. I couldn't find any words. None at all. I just stared at him, at the clear, brilliant blue of his eyes. "I'm sorry, Julie," he whispered. I stumbled home, embarrassed and confused. My heart completely cracked open.